What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the PWD channel where we discuss professional wrestling. In today's video, I'm covering the March 10th episode of Friday Night SmackDown. So in tonight's episode, we finally got Jay's reason, and overall tonight was a pretty good episode. In terms of like storyline progression, honestly, on this episode, there really wasn't much at all. If anything, there was no storyline progression really. Like if you missed this week, you probably haven't missed anything in terms of storylines heading into WrestleMania. Still the same thing as it was before the show started, but there was a lot of good matches on the show. Like the professional wrestling itself definitely carried the show, and it was good. I enjoyed the show, solid show. But we're gonna get on talking about what the title and thumbnail was talking about, and that's Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn teaming up tonight. So how this happened: obviously Jay and Jimmy were scheduled for a segment tonight, pretty much explaining their actions, and Jay specifically explaining his actions on why he chose to turn his back on Sami Zayn. That was pretty much what they were teasing throughout the entire show, and it was the main event of the evening. And I actually thought Roman Reigns was going to be on the show. Unfortunately, he wasn't. He was a no-show for tonight's show, so it was just not even Solo Sikoa was there. It was literally just the Usos themselves. So they came out. Jey Uso gave his reasoning. Honestly, no, not really. Neither of them really went into detail at all. Jey Uso didn't over-explain anything. He just simply said he did it because he had to. He said he didn't do it because he didn't want to do it. The truth is he didn't want to do it, but he did it because he had to. Jimmy is his blood and that is his twin brother. That is his blood. That is family. They grew up together. They've known each other their whole lives. He did that. He didn't want to do that, but he had to do it because he chose family over Sami, who is not family. And it was cool because he was saying Sami's not family, he's nobody, and none of y'all in the crowd are family either to me. It's just my bloodline, my brothers. And the crowd started chanting Sami's family, which was a good chant as well. But yeah, Jay's reason was just, it's his family. He's going to choose his family no matter what they're doing to him. He's going to choose his family over Sami Zayn. So yeah, he pretty much said I didn't want to do it, but I had to. Jey Uso said that, you know what though, Sami, like, I blame you. This is your fault because all you had to do was fall in line. If you would have fell in line, everything would have been right. Everything would have been okay. But like my brother Jimmy said, you're selfish. And then Jimmy ended up saying, like, just like we got rid of the Sami Zayn problem, now it's time to get rid of the Cody Rhodes problem. And that's when Cody's music hit. Cody comes out. Cody's about, he cuts a little promo. It's a very short promo. He's like, I don't think these people, it's addressing the crowd. He's like, I don't think these people came here to see us talk. I think they want to see us fight. Crowd goes crazy. The Usos are calling down Cody to the ring, but out of nowhere, Sami Zayn comes from behind the Usos. He attacks Jey Uso first, and then that's it. The four men start brawling. Cody and Sami start brawling with the bloodline. They get the better of it, and that was the main event segment of tonight's show. Sami and Cody stood tall. It was a pretty good segment. It was nice to see Sami and Cody clear house. It was nice to see them together as well. I'm excited to see where this goes in the future. I don't think that this will be the end of Cody and Sami, regardless of who wins the title at WrestleMania. I think somehow, someway, we're going to see more of Cody and Sami in the future, whether it's for the title or whether it's in a tag team of some sort, or maybe it's a six-man tag match. At some point, I think we're going to get Sami and Cody together again. Something just tells me we are, so there was that. And other than that, there was, like I said, no really big storyline changing moments on tonight's show, but there were some pretty good matches. Actually, okay, there was one good storyline moment. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But tonight's show ends up kicking off with the Fatal 5-Way for to face the Intercontinental Champion Gunther at WrestleMania. So in the match was Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, LA Knight, Karrion Kross, and Xavier Woods. The match ended pretty cool. So Sheamus hit Xavier Woods with the bro kick, and McIntyre hit LA Knight with the Claymore kick, and at the same exact time, there was two refs in this match, which I had never seen before. There was actually two refs in this match. I guess because it was a Fatal 5-Way, they wanted to have more eyes over the match, and both refs counted both pins at the same exact time. So both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre technically won the match, and later on it was announced, the crowd was chanting triple threat because Gunther was standing ringside. Crowd was chanting triple threat, but that ended up not getting announced. Gunther ended up talking to Adam Pearce later in the night in the locker rooms, and he's like, I came out here for a number one contender match, not contenders match. And he was saying singular, not plural. So I want you to get this problem solved. And so it turns out next week on Friday Night SmackDown, we're going to have Drew and Sheamus for the number one titles match at WrestleMania. This is going to be cool. I think they're going to go for another draw. I think that they want to do this triple threat at WrestleMania, but I think that they're going to milk it as much as they can until we get to that final announcement that, okay, it's a triple threat. My prediction is that next week it's going to be some type of draw. Maybe they Claymore and Bro Kick at the same time and they're both knocked out. Maybe something crazy happens. I don't know. There's 22 days left until WrestleMania, so there's a little bit more they can do left. And like I said, for my money, I think they're still going to somehow find a way to go for the triple threat. But that was cool. They also they also announced their first member of the 2023 Hall of Fame. And surprisingly enough, I was kind of surprised by this. It's Rey Mysterio. I didn't expect this because he's still an active member of the roster. He's still wrestling as we speak. I did not expect him to get inducted to the Hall of Fame so soon. I thought they would have waited until his retirement, but Dom is officially in the Hall of Fame. He comes out, he's about to do his speech. But then, of course, Dominic Mysterio comes out. He talks crap about his father, talks mad trash about it. And then the match that was scheduled for tonight was Legado del Fantasma versus the Judgment Day. They actually just, once they saw Dom talking trash to Rey Mysterio, the Legado del Fantasma actually ended up coming out and saying, let's just have this match right now, because they're not having any of that trash talk towards Rey Mysterio. They all look up to Rey Mysterio being the GOAT of luchador wrestling. So that happened. And just something cool that I personally wanted to point out when I was watching this match, something I noticed is that there was 8 people out there in the ring, maybe even more, but every single one of them except for Finn and Rhea was Hispanic. And as a Hispanic myself, it was really beautiful to see that many Hispanics in one match on two different sides, because you had Dominic on one side, or Dominic and Damian Priest on one side, and then of course Legado del Fantasma, the entire team on the other side, along with Rey Mysterio and Zelina in their corner as well. It was just beautiful to see. It was really awesome to see that many Hispanics in WWE, and especially in one ring at the same time. It was really badass. Really happy to see that as a fellow Hispanic. But Judgment Day ended up winning. Dominic got the pin for the victory, and then he clears the ring. He tells Judgment Day, guys, I want to have a one-on-one talk with my father. Everybody leave the ring right now. And he says that, I don't understand why you're being inducted into the Hall of Fame, Dad. I don't understand. The only Hall of Fame you should be inducted to is the Deadbeat Dad Hall of Fame. And then he's like, I also wish that, I forgot the exact quote, but basically he says, I wish you were never my father. I wish Eddie was my father. That got a huge pop from the crowd, and it was a badass line. And of course, he big-faced Rey. He pushed his head back, and he's trying to get Rey to throw a punch so bad. But again, this week, Rey would not throw a punch. He literally screamed at his son, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. Even though he was taunting him, the whole Judgment Day was taunting Rey. And this storyline, I'm very, very invested in. I'm really, really invested. I think right now, it is probably my second favorite storyline. Ooh, maybe the Austin Theory and John Cena one is up there as well. But the Logan Paul and Seth, there's so many good WrestleMania matches right now, but this is definitely one of those ones where I'm really invested in it, and I can't wait for them to announce this WrestleMania match. Assuming that they do, I am assuming that they're going to, and I can't wait for it regardless. It's going to be freaking awesome. Another awesome match on tonight's show, and this will be the last match that I do discuss, was the Viking Raiders versus Ricochet and Braun Strowman. This was an awesome match. 2 big horsemen going against the weird team that we still have, which I really still enjoy, of Tiny Man Ricochet and Big Man Braun Strowman. I love this team. I love both teams, and they put on an awesome match, as you'd expect. It was a good match. I definitely check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, tonight was just filled with good wrestling. It was a solid show. Again, there wasn't that many storyline progressions or anything that was majorly progressing into storylines. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair also had a one-on-one promo. It wasn't good, to be honest. I think Charlotte Flair kind of forgot her lines, and the promo just wasn't that good. But the actual in-ring action of tonight's show was great, and it was definitely a show that I would check out if you're just looking for some good professional wrestling on a Friday night. Just go check it out. Literally worth the watch. And yeah, honestly, this show wasn't necessarily amazing by any means, but it was a solid show of SmackDown. I'd rate this show a 3.5 out of 5. A 3.4 out of 5. A 3.4 out of 5. Solid wrestling. Good night of wrestling. The show was good. That's just it. It was good. There was nothing super, super crazy or super entertaining. The main event was cool. It was cool to see Sami and Cody in the ring together. But other than that, there was, again, nothing crazy. Nothing bad except for, in my opinion, the Rhea and Charlotte promo. But other than that, still a good night of good episode of Friday Night SmackDown. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, leave a like. I'm going to end it here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We will be doing these episodes weekly. Every Monday and every Friday, I review Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I usually do Dynamite as well, but for the next couple of weeks, I'm taking a break on that just to catch up with my sleeping schedule. But I will be releasing other wrestling-related content on Wednesdays. Soon I have a video talking about the WrestleMania 39 card, so go ahead and check that out. And also, I should announce this ahead of time. If you're already subscribed to this channel, we will be live streaming our WrestleMania reaction. So if you want to come hang out with us, it's going to be me. As of right now, it's just me, but I'm going to try to get a few other people in there and try to get us all mic'd up so you guys can see our live reactions. Come hang out with us while we're watching the show so we can watch the show together. We'll have me, maybe 1 or 2 other friends here, maybe even 3 other friends here. We'll just be watching the show and it should be a good fun time, so hopefully that does happen. But yeah, I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love you all.